This video was produced by Alabama View, a member state of the America View, a consortium dedicated to promoting remote sensing outreach, education, and research. Funded by United States Geological Survey, or USGS, its contents are solely the responsibility of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of America View, the USGS, or other partners. The mention of trade names or commercial products does not constitute their endorsements. Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss childhood obesity in Alabama's Black Belt region and how geospatial techniques help in delineating areas where childhood obesity is most concentrated. Some of the topics we will cover include socioeconomic disparities, community physical environment, and why we should care about obesity. First, let's learn some of the basic concepts that you need to know about Alabama. Like, what does Black Belt mean? Black Belt originally refers to the dark prairie soil that underlies the east to west midsection of the southern United States, extending from southwest Tennessee into east central Mississippi and across the midsection of Alabama to the Georgia border. But it coincidentally also describes the racial makeup of the region, as some counties have African American percentages as high as 80%. Here you can see a map of Alabama's Black Belt counties. The research was done by William Mitchell Carter, a former master's student in the Department of Geosciences at Auburn University. His research involved one urban and one rural county, whose names are hidden to de-identify participants as much as possible. In 2010, the population of the two counties was 21,452 and 52,847, where 83.1% and 42.2% of the population were African American. Now, obesity is a commonly used blanket term, but how is it officially measured? Well, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, those with body mass indexes, or BMI percentiles, of 85% to 95% were considered to be overweight, while those with percentiles of 95% and above were considered to be obese. It's pretty surprising to know that social and economic status play a key role in Black Belt obesity. But before telling how obesity is linked to this, let's learn what socioeconomic disparity is. Socioeconomic disparity refers to the communal difference in social and economic measures such as racial and ethnic groups, education level, and income level, which have a profound effect on the existing status of health within a community as well as a direct influence on the physical environment. For example, where Alabama's median household income, or MHHI, was $43,160, these two counties had MHHIs of $27,957 and $33,591, while poverty rates for the two counties respectively were 28.1% and 22.2%, compared to a statewide average for Alabama of 18.1%. Surprisingly, the Black Belt is a hotspot for hunger, malnutrition, and children with diabetes. In 2018, the national nonprofit Feeding America calculated the food insecurity rate for Black Belt counties and found that the prime catalyst for worsening this condition was the inaccessibility of healthy food locations. The map on this slide shows 4 types of food stores categorized as either a convenience store, a fast food restaurant, a full-service restaurant, or a supermarket/grocery store, where the first 2 listed types of food stores offer less nutritious and higher caloric food options, while the last 2 types of food stores often offer more nutritious options. But how does a healthy food environment control a child's health? Children living in healthier food environments have lower chances of being overweight or obese than those living in poorer food environments. The map shows that the number of convenience stores and fast food restaurants is way more than the healthy food options, which contribute to an increased risk of obesity among the residents. In 2014, researchers Lee and Robinson highlighted the connection between economic status and food store type, where one of the counties from Carter's study showed that most of the African American population with lower income are deprived of nearby health food stores. On the other hand, locations containing majority white population has access to full-service restaurants and supermarkets. These two counties not only suffered from food insecurity, but healthy lifestyle is also compromised here. Unfortunately, in the United States, minority and low socioeconomic status, or SES populations, have limited opportunities to participate in physical activity, which is another major factor for obesity. The map shown on this slide demonstrates a total of 42 physical activity sites, which includes city parks, public playgrounds, school playgrounds, a sportsplex, community centers, hiking trails, mountain biking trails, tennis courts, basketball courts, and baseball fields. The blocks with low income in the county, as you can see in the previous racial disparity map, on the right side of the map have no physical activity sites. Should we be alarmed? Well, out of 664 children aged between 4 and 13 years, 41.9% were measured as either overweight or obese in Alabama. This is much higher than the national average of 31.8%. Gender is a non-significant factor in childhood obesity. The tendency of becoming overweight or obese, which is a BMI percentile of 85% and above, was slightly higher within girls at 42.4%, as opposed to boys at 41.3%. Only 34.8% of participants in this age range of 4 to 6 years were overweight or obese. This number sharply increases to 44.6% in the next age group of participants aged 7 to 9 years. After peaking in that age group, the number slightly decreases to 42.2% of participants aged 10 to 13 years being overweight or obese. Perhaps one of the more major contributors to childhood obesity could be the dramatic decrease in physical activity participation that exists as children age through elementary school. Another reason might be the influential nature of biological processes, such as puberty, on weight gain, where children tend to lose control of their eating behaviors around early adolescence. This scenario is very evident in the rural South, where in some counties, over half of the school children are overweight or obese. This contributes to an increased risk of chronic diseases compared to other children across the United States. It's high time to take action and save the future generation. But can modern technology like geospatial techniques be used in understanding the problem? The answer is yes. Geospatial or GIS techniques were used to show the social disparities, physical activity points, and amenities locations in the maps, which will help to come up with a better plan to build a more sustainable community. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked our content, please like and subscribe as we continue to make more videos on environmental awareness.